After finding little success in censoring or banning The Birth of a Nation, the film's opponents turned to creating their own film to repudiate Griffith's racist revisioning of history, with Oscar Micheaux's 1920 Within Our Gates being by far the most powerful such film. Oscar Micheaux, a novelist turned filmmaker who worked with shoestring budgets, reverse-engineered Griffith's own film to paint a much more accurate portrayal of post-Civil War racial history. While Griffith shows the KKK using violence against African Americans to mete out justice and restore order, Micheaux shows a bloodthirsty white mob kill not just one wrongly accused man of murder, but two black innocent victims as well, after the murder of a rich white landlord by a poor white farmer. In the film's most powerful scene, the landlord's murdered brother goes and sexually assaults the recently lynched couple's daughter, as Micheaux intercuts between the white mob burning the bodies of the lynched victims. Micheaux's realist depiction of violence is in stark contrast to The Birth of a Nation's attempted rape scene, which is melodramatic and completely unrealistic. By calling that out in Within Our Gates, Micheaux is highlighting Griffith's hypocrisy in his hysteria over black men's sexuality. It wasn't that white women were the victims of black men's sexual aggression, but for centuries, black women suffered at the hands of abusive white men. While Within Our Gates is certainly the most powerful repudiation of Griffith's Birth of a Nation, it certainly wasn't the first. The first such attempt was actually a 5-minute epilogue made by black activists that was meant to be shown at the end of The Birth of a Nation. Showing scenes at the HBCU school Hampton University, the epilogue was meant to showcase how black Americans were productive citizens and the progress that the race had made. Despite these good intentions, the epilogue, when it was shown, did more to hurt than help their cause. It provided Griffith with plenty of cover and gave credence to his defense for his film that he was just portraying history and not trying to offend any contemporary black audiences. Back in 1915, the NAACP actually met with representatives from Universal in order to make a response to The Birth of a Nation, showing positive portrayals of African Americans throughout history. It was later made in 1918 as The Birth of a Race, but it had been watered down so much that there were barely any depictions of African Americans in the film, and it was just a generic anti-war movie that was panned by audiences and critics alike. None of these efforts were as powerful or effective as Within Our Gates, and although the film was rarely seen outside of black theaters and was heavily censored, it's an amazing historical artifact that just shows the artistic heights that Micheaux was able to achieve working against such odds outside the confines of the Hollywood studio system. Next up in my deep dive video series on The Birth of a Nation, I'm going to be looking at Griffith's follow-up feature film, Intolerance, and discussing whether or not it was an apology for his racism that he showed in The Birth of a Nation. So make sure you follow me so you don't miss out.